Hi guys, so this build was actually really exciting for me. I just finished building it and now I'm doing the commentary. I normally do it on a different day just because I like to do a few builds and then do a few commentaries because there's normally noise going on in the background. Anyway, so I just finished building it and it was actually so much fun and it was such a good way to start the day and procrastinate. It's actually a medical center, so it's not a full-scale hospital. I do want to do that though. I think that would be an awesome build, but it's actually just a little medical center. It kind of reminds me of, well, pretty much any medical center I've ever been to, but I was kind of basing it off the medical center in my hometown, just like the layout with the corridors and whatnot. But this is way more modern and way more nice than my medical center, which is, I think it's in an old house. I'm not sure. I live in a really small town, so it's obviously not going to be as glamorous as this, but yeah, so I wanted to make like a really clean modern hospital. I really enjoyed building it. I think that I would enjoy building also like a kind of a luxurious clinic. Did I say hospital before? I mean clinic. So yeah, I would really enjoy building a luxury sort of clinic for those rich Sims to go. Maybe they have like plastic surgery there or something. I don't know. But I think, yeah, building clinics and hospitals is so much fun because I feel like I got the get to work pack, but I barely ever use all of the things in there. There are a few products that I use, but definitely not on a regular basis. And yeah, so I was excited to just open up the pack and see what was there that I could use in this build, which I think I used quite a lot of things. And it was just so much fun. Yeah, I definitely recommend like building a hospital or whatever if you get time. It's really fun to do things like this that aren't exactly a house build because it's something different. Sometimes you just get a little bit stuck for inspiration with the house builds, but when I think of all the businesses and things like that I could potentially build, I'm actually really excited because it's not just clinics or hospitals. You can also build like police stations, prisons, businesses that you can have in the game. You can build restaurants. Oh yes, I actually really want to build a restaurant now. What else? A vet. You can build a vet now. Just the list goes on and on. So I'm really excited by that idea. So I'm hoping to do a few more builds in that style because I don't want to say I'm overdoing houses, but I have been doing a lot of houses lately, and yeah, it's just something refreshing and new. And I kind of designed a place that I would want to work in because I would love to be a doctor in the future. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to go for it, if I'm going to apply to do those extra 6 years of study because I've already been studying for 5 years. So I'm not sure if I can do another 6. I don't know if I have it in me, but I would ideally like to be a doctor. So of course, I've been watching a lot of vlogs on YouTube about doctors and like their life and where they work, and so I kind of built a clinic based off of that as well, and also somewhere that I would like to work in the future. So we shall see if that even happens because I'm a little bit over university at the moment, but I am in my last semester, which is awesome. Got my grades back and now I just have to complete my final subjects and I'm going to graduate from psychology, which is awesome. And maybe that's something that I should have added. I should have added like a psychologist's office to this build. That would be nice. But I actually don't know if I'm going to be a psychologist in the future. I'm not sure, but that's a whole other story. So yeah, that's me trying to decide how I wanted to lay out the waiting room. Ideally, I would have put more chairs in, but also if this is an idealistic sort of clinic, then there aren't huge waiting times and therefore they don't need a heap of waiting room chairs. So I just put those ones in, and then I put a few TVs in. Basically, I put 3 TVs in. You really don't need that much, but I was just feeling extra. And then I put the green walls, which I changed from the green plaster to the green plastic walls later on because they add a pop of color and they make it just look a little bit more warm, friendly and inviting. But see me changing the walls there, so I think they're quite vibrant, but also hygienic at the same time, because that's what you want in a hospital. You want to be able to clean everything really well, or even in a clinic as well. So I changed from the plaster to the plastic because the plastic's a little bit more vibrant. The plaster was a little bit more dull. That's just me being fussy, but so now in this hallway section, you can see the hallway section, and there's about 4 offices, I believe. So these are all going to be the doctor's offices, and so patients walk through that door there when their name is called, and they come in and they see the doctor. I actually end up changing this corner room, this office here, to a bathroom later on, because I realized that you really do need a bathroom when you have a doctor's office, because someone could be sick and they can't just wait to go to the bathroom. So I end up changing this, but there will be other offices, and they're all pretty much identical because I duplicate them. And I added these wood panel walls because I just thought that they were very like doctor-ish and like modern and sleek and just professional looking. I know that some people don't like these walls, but I actually really like them. They kind of remind me of the walls in like a hotel. So I like them, and I thought that they would be nice in an office. Just also because all of the other products are going to be like a light color and could look a bit too stark otherwise. And of course I put a patient's bed in there. I think that's actually supposed to be a jail cell bed, but I just put that in there anyway because I thought that was the closest thing to like a hospital bed that they examine you on. So I put that in. I put like the office furniture. You gotta have filing cabinets and bookshelves and whatnot to put all your doctor things. And then you need a patient chair. I think there's normally 2 patient chairs in there, right? But I could only fit one, so they can just use that stool if they have to. I actually was having so much fun using the products from Get to Work because, like I said, I never use them, and it was just so much fun to actually put them to use and design a doctor's office. Of course you've got to have hand sanitizer. Of course, the tricky thing is with these builds, whenever you build a larger building or even a really small building, it's hard to navigate. It's hard to find your way around a room because of the way the walls appear. So I don't know if that makes sense, but it's a little bit tricky, and I hope it doesn't confuse you guys too much. There I am putting a clock and a calendar and files and little medical bits and bobs, and I'm taking screenshots there for later use in the video. And here I am duplicating the room, and this is something that I never really use, but oh my god, I'm so glad I remembered to use it because it cuts down on so much time. Like I didn't have to go in and manually duplicate everything. Here I am changing this room because I decided to make a room for children, so a children's doctor, which I know that if it's a family GP sort of practice, they normally see all sorts of ages, but I thought it would be cute just in this circumstance to have a doctor's office that was specially catered for children, so something bright and colourful. I had fun doing this. I think I just did it because I really wanted to add some colour. But I still tried to have a clinical feel just so that it was professional still. Also trying to find like things to put on the wall, like wall decals that I could put, just to make it look a bit more kid friendly. And later on I do add a parent's room. So it's the room that's on the left of on the right of the reception area. It's where parents can wait with their kids, and it's got like toys and things. So I added that as well, which was fun. And I just put like kind of a plain wallpaper in, and this is a courtyard area in the middle. I think this is where I saw it from. I don't know if you guys watch Grey's Anatomy, but they have off their cafeteria area, they have a courtyard. I I think that's where I'm getting it from. And I think that's such a nice idea in a hospital, because everything can feel kind of stark, and all the fluorescent lights and everything can make you feel kind of depressed. So it's nice to have a little bit of an area that you can look out on that isn't so depressing looking. So yeah, that's why I put the courtyard in, just to add a bit more natural light and greenery. This section of the clinic is all dedicated to like testing. So as you see in the corner there, that's a lab where they can do blood work and whatnot. And you will find a room like this in the hospital in the actual Sims game. So I thought that I better add that in, because yeah, in clinics you often do have testing facilities within the clinic. I know in my small town we have that. I'm not sure about cities, but maybe in cities you actually have to go to the hospital. But I know that, yeah, in my small town we have kind of rooms dedicated to different things like x-rays and testing and whatnot. This is the x-ray room, and I actually had so much fun making this because I don't know, you get to like section it off and like put the equipment in. You'll see what I mean. And I love that x-ray wall decal. Wall decal, is that what you call it? But yeah, it lights up. It's literally lit. It looks so cool. It looks so scientific and medical and awesome. And of course, I don't know if you guys have ever had an x-ray, but so the person doing the x-ray will stand in like a different room to you when you are getting your x-ray, so that they don't so that they're not exposed to the radiation that happens, because they're doing it all day every day. It's not healthy for them. Of course you can be in there exposed to it because you're not getting exposed to that all the time. Does that make sense? I don't know. So yeah, so the x-ray machine is actually in a separate room, and they are on the outside. And yeah, I think there's normally like a window, so I put a window in to look into the x-ray area. And then also this is just like a little another little testing area with the treadmill. So in my idea, this would be where you test like lung function and stuff like that. And I know that my clinic in my hometown has that. I actually had to go and do a lung function test a few months ago, and they have like a whole room where you can do all of that. But that also doubles as the emergency room, which is kind of weird because we already have a hospital with an emergency area, but for some reason we also have an emergency room in the clinic as well. I'm not exactly sure why, but yeah, we do. So, and that's also just like a general office area where maybe you can get your blood work done or something like that. So yeah, kind of like a multi-use room for less severe testing or less intrusive testing. And then I thought that I would build like kind of like an observation room, which you would probably just have in a hospital anyway. But I build that next after I build this this kids room, because I thought I would build the kids room just to have a little bit of a break from all the medical stuff, so that I could brainstorm what to put in that final room, because I wasn't exactly sure if I should put patient beds in there because it's not a hospital. But I thought, why not like just put one room just in case. But yeah, I thought that I would utilize this big room here as a kids room, because yeah, it's just a bit more family friendly that way, and I didn't really want to put a play area in the main waiting room. And also when people are sick, first of all, you don't want to put your kids near sick adults, so you might want to put them in a different room. So that's what this room is for. And also, kids make a lot of noise, and when you're a sick person, you might not want to listen to kids screaming or crying or anything like that. So that was another reason for putting in this room. And also just for the fact that I needed to use up the space as well. And I kind of like the way it turned out. It's really bright and fun. Given that it is a clinic, it isn't so stark. And here I am finally adding the inpatient room. I think it could be somewhere where you could do day surgery, possibly. Although I haven't seen a lot of day surgery rooms. I probably should have Googled it, but like, the less severe procedures, I think you could probably get away with doing there. Or just an observation room. If someone comes in and they're a lot sicker than what you first thought that they were, you could put them in there until being transferred to the hospital, if that makes sense. So yeah, just adding in some windows, and as you can see, there are stairs there. There's a stairwell. That is actually for the doctors and the medical staff, doctors and nurses. And so I put an upstairs area, which you'll see in a moment, which has a bathroom and two on-call rooms, which is kind of unusual in a clinic because you don't normally have to sleep overnight when you're in a clinic, but I just put it in case I turn it into a hospital or something. And then also there's like a kitchen eating area sort of thing, which you will see in a moment. I'm just going back and fixing this this corner area, the waiting room, and turning the doctor's office into a bathroom, which I kind of did last minute, so I'm not 100% loving the layout of it, but it works, as long as the Sims have somewhere to go to the toilet while they're waiting for the doctor. And I believe that you can actually put these hospitals into the game. You just have to put kind of like a cheat code into the game, and then you can edit the hospital area. So that's kind of a fun idea. And I also want to look into how I could possibly utilize it as a clinic, not necessarily on the hospital plot. I wonder if you could do it just like on a normal plot and have doctors working there. I'm not sure, but I really want to look into it because I think it would be pretty fun. So yeah, I kind of just did a U-shaped sort of area upstairs. And yeah, so I put in 2 rooms. Yeah, I put in 2 bedrooms for like either the doctors or nurses to sleep in. Not necessary, but I thought I'd put it in because I thought it would be a cool idea. I don't make it look clinical. I try and make it look neat and warm and inviting because that's where they want to get a lot of sleep. I didn't put a window in either because I want it to be dark, so that they can sleep well. And then for the rest of it, it is quite simple, just very clean looking. That's what I want in a hospital. So yeah, I end up putting a kitchen in, no stove, no oven, but I do put a microwave, and 2 fridges, just because, there's probably a lot of staff, and no cupboards. I probably should have put some cupboards in actually, but they've got all that under counter storage anyway. And then of course a coffee machine. That's probably what the doctors and nurses want. They probably want caffeine. Some bar stools just to keep it casual. And I open that area up so that it's nice and inviting. And then I put a big table. I was going to put little tables, but then I thought, it's probably nicer for everyone to eat together if they can. Also, I put in some couches. I didn't put a TV just because I thought it could be kind of noisy, and people go on their phones a lot anyway, so let's just pretend that there's Wi-Fi in the building that they have access to. So yeah, I kept everything quite a light color because, yeah, I just thought it would look more cohesive and nice. For the exterior, I did go with those dark bricks because they are quite modern, and they also are pretty much exactly the same as the bricks on my local hospital, on the exterior of my local hospital that they built. So I thought, go with what's familiar. This roofing was kind of a challenge. I for some reason always kind of struggle with roofing because I'm just not good at designing roofs. But I kind of thought that I should just go for something like modern. So these slanted roofs would be, kind of the most modern option. I was kind of tempted to close the courtyard in and make it a glass roof over it, but then I thought, no, I should probably leave it open just so that they can get some fresh air during the day. So this is pretty much it. I do go in and change the exterior a little bit, but yeah, this is pretty much it for the build. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. It was a little bit different. And yeah, I definitely enjoyed this as, just a bit of something different. So I think next I will either build like a hospital or a police station or something like that. Just changing it up a little bit from the houses. So yeah, I'll put in some screenshots, and yeah, I hope you guys have a really good day.